Hey everyone, this is Hugh StarCraft bringing you another StarCraft 2 presentation. This is between our red Zerg here, Dimaga, and the blue Protoss KiwiKaki. So this is supposed to be a very interesting match. We get this off gamesreplays.org, where we have been getting a lot of ours. I'm just going to throw a quick thanks out to them, as we did in one of our other videos. They have been a great help. All these replays are high quality, and just thanks to them. But before I go any further, just like to let NS say a couple words.
Hey guys, it's NS. As Hugh said, we're here to bring you another StarCraft 2 presentation between Dimaga, a fairly renowned player, and KiwiKaki. I know I've seen him before somewhere. I believe he may have been at MLG a few weeks back, but maybe where I recognize the name from. Map is Steps of War. I don't know if Hugh mentioned that. I apologize if he did. And hopefully this will be a good game.
Yes, well said. So, the probe now in the base. Obviously, at this point, not much to scout. Kind of boring stage of the game when there's no proxies or anything going on. And, unfortunately for us, there is no proxies, which are always fun to cast. So we do have the pylon. A couple probes off the line. I guess he pulled that one off and didn't realize he already had a probe over here. So the gateway going down for KiwiKaki, as I guess two overlords are now on their way to his base.
Meanwhile, Dimaga is getting his spawning pool and his first gas, so pretty standard timing there. I think he went for that spawning pool around 16, so nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah, so I guess I am not a Zerg player. For you who don't know, I play Terran, and, well, I used to play Terran. Now I'm kind of switched over to Protoss, so I'm kind of learning the ropes there. I would assume he's gonna go something involving gas like roaches eventually.
If we look at KiwiKaki's base, it does actually look like this gateway wall-in might be tight, so it's interesting that he chose to do that. Protoss players, and Zerg players as well, rarely go for a tight wall-in just because, unlike Terran, they cannot move their buildings when they need to. So I'm surprised he decided to go for that. We do have him queuing up the rally points outside the base, so the units will spawn on the outside. And we'll see how he chooses to deal with that later, and chooses to deal with getting his units out of his base.
Yeah, that would be definitely very interesting to watch if maybe like there was a drop in his base. I don't know if it's tight. There might be a little bit of a gap here. So I guess we'll know. So that first zealot is now going to run across the base and fend off these two zerglings. It might be tight though, because he's not leaving his zealot inside the base. So that's pretty interesting. So now another zealot on the way, and a third. So he is chrono boosting these out, trying to take the win as soon as he can, but this first zealot did go down to the Zergling, so I guess he, in the end, is just going to pull back. So it is not tight, so they do fit there, which is interesting. But I don't think Stalkers would fit there.
Meanwhile, we do have Dimaga researching the metabolic boost for his Zerglings, so we're going to have those start to move faster in a little bit. And we do have the Cybernetics core on the way for KiwiKaki, so probably expect to see some Stalkers soon.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I guess he's going to have to get Warp Gate technology to get those Stalkers out, because I believe he won't be able to fit Stalkers through this. I could be wrong, but I don't think Stalkers are going to fit through that.
I think you are correct in that, yes.
So 5 zealots now moving across the map. They are gonna, I think, be scouted. His army size is definitely larger, but that is a lot of Zerglings, and if they can get us around, ooh, they are gonna take out 2 of those zealots. There. So they're trying to get all these surrounded, and they're doing it actually really nicely. They're taking out a lot of zealots rather. So all of those zealots went down. If we look at the units lost, he is way behind right now, so really good micro there on the part of the zealots. So all these...
Thankfully, KiwiKaki's main does have that nice wall-in going between the zealot holding that choke point and the stalker. He is going to be able to hold off these Zerglings fairly well, because they're not going to be able to get us around. And in a one-on-one between the Zerglings and a single zealot, the zealot is easily going to win when he can force them through a choke like that.
Yes, that is definitely true, so I'm surprised he lost now. That's definitely just, I don't know, I'm surprised. So maybe the Stalkers do fit through there. Maybe I'm wrong. Kinda looks like maybe they do, but I don't know. So that probe is going on the low ground. I'm gonna put down a pylon. warp gate technology is on the way. If we look at production, that is going down, as well as a roach warren for Dimaga. So that Zergling was sacrificed to see what's going on. And ooh, a good surround there on that zealot, taking out another zealot. So really good control of these Zerglings. He is definitely paid off right now for these Zerglings.
I do also want to mention that KiwiKaki got a forge and is currently researching the ground weapons level 1, so that's going to be useful for his zealots and his stalkers. He's also trying to put a photon cannon on the low ground, but the Zerglings attack that. I don't know if they killed it or if he managed to cancel it in time. I didn't quite see.
He canceled it, but then he did kill that probe.
Alright.
So, really good. I definitely like this Zergling use here. He's killing all these probes. Every time they go and try and put down cannons, he is not wanting to let those cannons go down. He's just continuing to put pressure, and if we look at units lost, here KiwiKaki is definitely behind. He is way behind. So the ground weapons should finish sooner or later. Oh, Nexus is going to be seen by these Zerglings, so I guess they are not going to be able to hold off against these Stalkers and Zealots.
At this point, KiwiKaki does have a large enough army that even if Dimaga does manage to get us around with those Zerglings, it's still not really going to be enough. His Protoss army should be able to hold that off nicely. So we do have the cannon finally going down there for KiwiKaki, as well as the Nexus, as you mentioned, putting another pylon on the other side, so we'll probably see some cannons there as well.
Yeah, so these roaches are now done though, so roaches would be able to counter those stalkers pretty nicely. I believe roaches are good against stalkers. Yeah, I think so. So he's probably going to have to go a robotics facility soon to deal with those roaches. I don't see one yet. So, killing a couple Zerglings there, and now is marching across the map, but he's going to be seeing the roaches rather. So those roaches did open up the passageway to another expansion. But I guess there is an observer with this army to... No, oh, that one just hadn't become invisible yet. So that is a lot of roaches. They're trying to get a good surround, and they are taking out a lot of these units.
I do think the positioning in that battle was actually slightly favorable for KiwiKaki, because it just not allowed Dimaga to get the surround there.
Yeah, he did lose all those zealots, as these roaches, I believe, have the speed upgrade, so they are going to catch up to these sentries. So, good force field there, blocking off a couple of them. Oh, and trapping one inside. So, another pylon going down inside the natural for KiwiKaki.